Hey, look, some friends and colleagues and people that are up for the cause have predictably informed me of a lot of sort of reaction that they're getting from people out there in the sort of universe that we're some sort of movement to try to distract everybody from the midterms so that MAGA wins. No, we're not. Fuck everybody who thinks that. And fuck you for believing anything other than the duopoly is a choice between the lesser of two evils. For the record, I'm going to vote, even though we're going to march on 11/1/22, for pretty much all things anti MAGA. Okay? Anything that has anything remotely to do or look like or smell like or hit the scratch test that has anything to do with Trump and MAGA, fuck them. I'm against that completely. But we have to march together to get to get the truth of the whole system is corrupt. Both red and blue have been playing for the system that's been puppeteering everyone to be able to get us to basically have a civil war amongst ourselves. Because the rule of law is exactly what I said in my last truth bomb, which is whatever the goddamn banks and the Federal Reserve say it is. That's the rule of law. This entire country, think about it, the military might, the history, the wars that we've won for liberty and justice for all, for the integrity of law, for everything that's come through the civil rights movement, for everything that came before in the women's suffrage movement, everything that came before that with the trust busting, and everything that came before that with the civil rights and the environmental movement, and everything that came from the Civil War and all of the other wars. And I'm not talking about the Indian Wars and expansion, everything else. But in the end, every single thing that came through is one step at a time in order to form a more perfect union where there was blood and treasure spilled beyond our wildest comprehension to get us to what? That they're going to say that we're the distraction? When I am telling you that the goddamn Federal Reserve spent trillions of dollars illegally to backstop the largest criminal conspiracy and cover up in history because it was easy for the professionals and it was easy for the top 10% whose entire retirement depends on the goddamn system being able to provide the liquidity in the system to actually push up stocks and assets, which all of the people who came before who were able to get that piece of the American dream realized. That's all we fucking did. It's Humpty Dumpty. It has nothing to do with the rule of law. It has nothing to do with the integrity of law. Donald Trump is a treasonous, traitorous pig who basically is beyond guilty of a myriad of financial crimes that should have had him in jail decades before he became the president. But he didn't, and he is the absolute expression of what it is that I'm telling you, as well as the result of what didn't happen because the financial system that's run by elitist pigs that basically stole from everybody to save themselves. They are treacherous. They betrayed us. They lied to us. And the goddamn Department of Justice at the time, led by Eric Holder, covered it up to give us the freaking walrus AG that basically let Trump get away with everything he got away with. It's lawlessness for the corruption. Get it? I guess that's the same thing. It's like corporate fascism. It's redundant. It's lawlessness for corruption. Well, of course that's lawlessness because corruption doesn't exist without lawlessness. Just because they've got pinstripe suits, just because they came out of Ivy Leagues, just because they wear glasses and are bald and they look like people that we could trust, doesn't mean we trust them. You watch their actions and what they did. And that's why I spent 13 years getting the con aggregated that proves every step of the criminal rot and what they got away with that the entire system buried. So that you don't understand they're pissing on your head telling you it's rain. Do you have any idea what's at stake? And I'll tell you what this led to. Think about this, okay? You got 9/11, then you got 2008, then you got the whole system basically burying everybody through corruption that then gave us Donald Trump. Donald Trump comes into the situation ultimately to what? Basically grift the presidency and then walk away with secrets that he's selling to the guys that got away with 9/11? Do you understand what our system has become? It's a gang rape of fucking corruption. What the fuck is wrong with you? Why are you so fearful of what I'm telling you? because you know it's true and there's nothing you can do about it? Bullshit. We can all do something about it if we come together, and we've got to do it peacefully, because if we don't do it peacefully, like we're going to take on with a whole bunch of ladies that are really the most animated in this situation, we're going to take on the most powerful military in the history of the world? No. What we're going to do is use the moral authority of women who actually got raped in the system and knew it and woke up and joined me, because I put all the pieces of the story together for everybody to understand. And they're the ones, because a woman tends to nest at a home, and they're the ones that are most protective of it, and justifiably so. To appeal to every guy in the police and the military and everywhere in the system that actually has rights to use a gun or a tank or a bomb or whatever the case is, in pursuit of liberty and justice for all. Because literally, it's financial terrorism. That's what I'm telling everybody. And if we wanted to use the full faith and credit of the United States to back anything, it would be to purge corruption. You know, I don't know what you don't get in the era of 2022. Quit putting your head in the sand. Quit ignoring what I'm telling you. This is the truth, and it's got to rise above the rotting deception and madness. And you can't go to guys like, oh my God, this is the system. My last, truth bomb, I basically went after Rachel Maddow and Tucker Carlson and Anderson Cooper, and I couldn't think of the name that I wanted to, peg on them, but fucking Anderson Cooper is Zoolander. And ultimately, but they're just one piece of the puzzle. Alex Jones is making $50 million a year through bullshit. And then you've got Joe Rogan, and you've got Russell Brand, and you've got Crystal Ball, and you've got Sagar and Gente, and you've got Jimmy Dore, and you've got all of the other guys from there, and they're all like basically responding and reacting, and Nina fucking Turner, who doesn't know shit, and they're all reacting and responding to all sorts of craziness in the 24-hour cycle, and it's about this and it's about that, and you never know who they are because there's no continuity, because nobody understands what the goddamn corruption is. And it's not rocket science. It's racketeering. Look, I'm sorry to get fired up, man. This is just fucking ridiculous. We're not marching as a distraction. The distraction is the duopoly. We've got to overcome the sea in the ocean of lies and madness with the fucking truth. Because when you have the truth, you're bulletproof. Fuck it.